Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi semua. Apa khabar semua?
Salam Doktor.
Ya, Alhamdulillah. Okay, 31 orang online. Okay, apa? Kita boleh teruskan. So, last class kita dah bincang berkenaan dengan acceptance sampling system. Acceptance sampling system, which is covering normal inspection, Titan inspection, normal Titan, normal, and also reduced inspection. Okay, before I forget, we're going to have a test next week, which is on Monday, but I would like to see you again. Is it possible or not if we have another session on Friday afternoon? Okay, we go through some revision for test number 2, and also if you have any question, you can ask during that time as preparation for test number 2. Is it okay or not? We schedule on Friday afternoon, maybe around 3 o'clock on Friday. Can you reply to chat box? I would like to see whether you are available or not. This Friday, 3 p.m. Okay, I would like to go through the review to prepare for test number 2, and also if you have any question related to assignment, related to anything on, particularly related to preparation for test number 2, okay, we can discuss during that time. Okay, please respond to chat box. I would like to see majority of you available or not. Okay, so again, 3 p.m. Friday, this Friday. p.m. this Friday. Okay, let me see what happened here in the chat box. Okay. Right, I think many of you have no problem, right? So I see the response they're coming. Okay, of course, maybe 1 or 2 of you not available. That one I cannot attain 100% lah, but we try to get the majority. The response should be from majority. I cannot see from my screen, but I see from the top of the computer. Many of you say okay. All right. So if you have any problem, please let me know. Maybe you can also respond to the group, to the WhatsApp group. Okay, let me complete the acceptance sampling for today. And okay, I would like to share with you a new file here. Okay, I will put it to your Telegram. Okay. Oh, I cannot share directly to Telegram. But anyway, let me put it in my email first. Okay, while waiting for that, okay, let me go through this. We have discussed about this Titan inspection and so on, and we make how to use this table, which is MIL 105 STD 105E, or it is known in civilian context, in industrial context as Z1.4. Okay, this is basically the system that has been established professionally. So where we guide us, okay, how many samples to take, okay, what is lot size, how many sample, and what is accept number, what is reject number. Okay, so this is acceptance sampling system. Okay, we have a system to make decision. And the flexibility in the system here is we can switch. Okay, we can switch our decision depending on the performance of the inspection. Okay, we can start with normal inspection, and we can switch it to reduce inspection or to tighten inspection. Reduce inspection where our performance has been very good. Okay, pemeriksaan longgar. So I think many organizations would like to have reduced inspection because it's less costly, less stressful. But changing from normal to tighten is painful. This macam tukar kepada PKP D, okay, daripada PKP kepada PKP yang diperketatkan, stressful. It's stressful. So same also in the inspection of acceptance sampling. Okay? So that system can be adopted even in our social life, switching from one SOP to another SOP yang lebih ketat. All right. Okay. Okay, this is example of problem here. Okay, problem 10.3, given a lot size of 295, inspection level 2, LQ value is 3.15, where the isolated lot is from vendor with continuous stream of product. Determine sampling plan. Okay, so this is a simple problem, but we need to know to use it properly. Okay, so we are given this scenario, lot size. Okay, lot size means how much you produce. We produce only 295. Okay, level 2. Okay, level 2. Limiting quality, which is, this is what we call this AQL, acceptable quality limit. Okay, 3.15%. Okay, so where the isolated lot is from vendor. Okay, from a vendor with continuous stream of product. So meaning that this production has been continuous as a mass production, determine sampling plan. So what type of sampling plan is suitable? So we go and see the table 10.7. Okay. Where is 10.7? 10.7 is down, right? Oops, I don't have it here. Okay, 10.7. So, okay, I will provide later. 10.7, we will provide later. I don't have it to show it here. Okay, 10.7 is not there. Okay, the information in the last 5 column, okay, blah, blah, blah. The difference on index. Okay, I will provide that table later. Okay, let's see. Okay, I want to share with you another notes. Okay, how can we form the sampling? So my connection now is not stable on my phone. I'm sending it from the phone. Just a minute. Okay. All right, yes, on there. Okay, let me get for my email now. Okay, it's very slow. The downloading is very slow. Wow, I don't know why it's still loading. Okay, I have it now. Okay. Okay, sorry to keep you waiting. Okay, let me see whether it's here or not. Yep. Okay. Okay, let me share on the screen. Okay, you see now, right? You see now? Yes. Okay. So we have it here now. This lot for lot acceptance sampling by attribute. Okay. So this is a foundation of the acceptance sampling. Okay. Based on how we should implement it. Okay. And also some statistical aspect to it. Okay. So I just want to confirm, you see on chapter 9 showing here lot by lot acceptance sampling by attribute. Please respond.
Yes.
All right, good. Okay, so we see here, okay, before actually we use that sampling system in the table that you have seen in the last class. Okay, so some foundation of this is I did mention about OCC, operating characteristic curve. Okay, so and also we need also to understand the risk between consumer and producer. Okay, we have consumer risk, we have producer risk. Okay, and AQL, LQ. So these are the things that is behind the table that we have seen. Okay, so before we do that, okay, we need to understand, okay, how can we do the inspection? Okay, this part I will share with you this note later. I will put it in Telegram. The advantage of acceptance sampling, when to use acceptance sampling, okay, the situation that requires acceptance sampling to be used, what are disadvantage and disadvantage. This is you can read on your own, straightforward. Okay. So the type of sampling we already discussed, single sampling, double sampling, and so on. Okay, but for now, I would like to discuss on the lot formation. This is we have not discussed on the lot formation. How do we form the lot? Okay, so let's say we are a supplier of components, okay, to our buyer. How do we want to form the lot size so that it going later on, it will going to be a fair decision making to our client? Okay, so the forming of lot size will influence the effectiveness of our sampling plan. Okay, what I meant by lot size is, for example, this one. When you send for shipment, let's say this is a trailer. Okay, you have a trailer. Okay, when the trailer arrive in the container, okay, let's say this container full of shoes imported from Vietnam. Now you want to do inspection to accept or to reject this shipment. So you must make sure that whatever inside this box, this container is homogeneous. Okay, you cannot have a biased packaging. So inside here, okay, there will be small boxes of shoes, okay, arranged inside. Okay, maybe many boxes. available inside. Okay, and so on. So the issue now, how these boxes put inside here, okay, how they are put here, how they are arranged, and which boxes you're going to take as a sample, okay? Because we do not want later on that, okay, the customer will complain that there is a bias when you are taking sample. Okay? You are biased when taking sample. So, or we do not want that the supplier is cheating us. They just put all the good one, okay, in front here. Let's say this is the front side of this. Let's say a front side of the trailer, okay. Okay, we don't want that only this part are good, the bad one is no good. Okay, so it has to be fair to both parties. Okay, it's fair to the both parties. So we need to form what we call this homogeneous lot. Okay, the lot has to be homogeneous, meaning that there shouldn't be a bias. It shouldn't be any inclination to certain type of quality. Okay, it has to be homogeneous, coming from the same factory, okay, same process, okay, coming from the same process. Okay, homogeneous. Okay, it means that all products in the lot is produced by same machine, same operator, same input material, and so on. And only then it will be a fair decision making. If you mix up in that lot, okay, so it's very difficult to later on to diagnose where is the root cause of the problem. Okay, so in quality, even in control chart, okay, you cannot mix up sample taken from machine 1 and machine 2, machine 3 cannot. We have one machine 1, you just sample it from machine 1, plot a chart for machine 1. Otherwise, difficult for diagnosis of assignable causes that we want to eliminate that causes from repeating. Okay, so homogeneous meaning that same machine, same operator, same material. Okay, so when the unit are different source are mixed, sampling plan does not function. Okay, so sampling plan cannot be used if you are mixing up, okay, from different source, different operator. Okay, difficult to take corrective action, as I say just now. Okay, second aspect of effectiveness of sampling is lot should be large as possible. Okay, the lot should be as large as possible. Sample size does not increase as rapidly as the lot size. Okay, so the lower inspection cost result in larger lot size. Okay, so if you have larger lot size meaning that how much you produce. Okay, when you produce a lot of items, sampling is cheaper. Okay, sampling will be cheaper for large lot size compared to smaller lot size. Okay, for example, the lot size is 2,000 and your sample is 125 units. So this is about 6.25%. So, but if you produce 4,000, okay, your sample size is 200, about 5%. So it will be as good as you are producing 2,000. Okay, so you see here that 2,000, 4,000. But here you take 125. By proportion, you should take 250, right? But if you take it 200, okay, the effectiveness is about the same. Okay, so we also need to be careful in terms of packaging requirement. Okay, packaging, because items are produced in small unit. Okay, one package might contain 10 units. Okay, so and also there are constraints of material handling. Okay, how do we handle this production, these products in the factory? Okay, do we use conveyor? Do you have trolley? So trolley also have limited size. Okay, so the concept of homogeneous and the concept of packaging and material handling is related, but okay, we shouldn't be confused on that aspect. So um, lot a lot may consist of many packages. Okay, may also consist of uh, several shipment. Okay, so if two different machine or two different operator are included in a shipment, they are separated lot. They are separate lots and should be identified. Okay, let's say you are having a lot coming from machine one and another lot is coming from machine two. So should be labeled. Okay, that's why when you see a products, and normally they put it lot, production lot number. This is to differentiate which lot it is being produced. When you go for COVID injection also, you can see that the vaccine given to you, they have ID number. Okay? If anything happen, they will investigate the dose that given to that particular person coming from which lot, producing when, who are the person that involved in the production. So they want to investigate if anything wrong. And they put a lot size and even the lot number, serial number. So this is important for keeping track. But nowadays, people are using the technology like blockchain, okay, in computer science. I think you may also heard about it. There is more high technology which is difficult to cheat. Okay, we cannot tamper. Okay, we cannot change easily. Because if we put it printed lot number on the products, people can go and erase and put it a different sticker easily. But with the blockchain technology, it's impossible to cheat. Okay? The traceability of items, and we can see what happened to the items producing and how it moved from one station to another station. Okay? So that tracking is important to ensure originality, authenticity of the information and so on. Okay, now we have that lot. Let's say now we have the lot. How can we do the sample selection now? How do we select the sample? Okay, we have the container now, just now. So how do I select? Which one do I select? Should I select, okay, somewhere here, 1 unit, somewhere here, 1 unit, somewhere here, 1 unit, here, 1. How do I know that I want to select here, here, and here? Okay, this can be determined what we call it random number. Okay, random number is very important. Okay, random number. We use random number. Nobody knows which box that you're going to pick. Even you as a supplier or the other party as the buyer also do not know which box will be picked by the inspector because we have agreed to use, for example, the random number. Okay, so random number can be generated by computers, and even your calculator also can generate random number. You can put random number in computer, any program, they can generate this number, okay? Or you may use, I don't know, I have not seen 20-sided random number die, okay? Also can use this die, or you can use other method like the, the wheel. People are using the wheel to rotate the wheel. Okay, for example, you go on banking now, on internet banking, after you do any transaction, they come in a wheel to play with you, allow you to play to get whether you get a bonus point or what, So this also generated by random number. Nobody knows where you're going to stop in that wheel, okay? Unless they manipulate in the program lah, they manipulate the program so that they avoid from getting the big prize in that wheel of fortune. So this may be used. Okay, so let's say this is random number. You generate this random number. Okay, the number is just any number. So how to read the number now? So the procedure is you can start anywhere in this table. Anywhere in this table. Okay, you can start anywhere in the table at any location. Okay, so you can select either you want to go sequentially in direction up and down, or you want to go horizontally. Let's say I pick this number for my starting point, number 3, randomly pick. Okay, I say I want a 3 number. Okay, because why 3 number? If I pick 3 number, so meaning that, okay, I will use this number, okay, the first three number, let's say I pick this three number. Because I need three number, why three number? Okay, I will represent my trailer, the location of this container according to that number. Okay, so let's say trailer already gone, just only container left. So you can say, okay, I have here is, okay, this I say this is the A, okay, the length, this is the height. Okay, let's say I put here is B lah. B is the depth. Okay, B, and the height is C. So when I have a three number, A, B, C, okay, so this number can start in 0, 0 from this point. Okay, we can start at 0, 0 from this point. 0, 0, 0. Okay, so you can label that this number as in term of the length here. You put number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, okay, number 5, so and so on. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe until here 20. Let's say lah. I just assume that 20. And also going up, you have 1 here, 2 here, maybe up to here is 10. Okay, so based on the random number, let's say random number you got just now, okay, three number, ABC, three number here we have 308. Okay, 308. So it means that we have to take the third number here. Okay, just pick third number on this. Okay, 0. Okay, we don't have 0. Okay, because the row here start with 1, this side B. So it means that I cannot use this number. So what I do is, this number cannot be used. Okay, because I don't have 0. This is also 0. I don't have 0 row. I cannot use this number. So the next number I will use is 271. Okay, so 271. I go to here. So meaning that it's now coming from 271. 271. 271. So I will pick number 2 here. 7. It will be coming from here. Maybe somewhere here 7. So I go that from 2. I go deeper. Okay, I will stop at 7. And then now the height is 1. Okay, the height. So the first layer. So the box that is located here we will pick. Okay, I will pick this box and I will check the quality of this. Is there any defects or not? Okay, so this is how we use random number. Let's say I go to the next sample, 969. Okay, so we go to that number 969. Okay, so 9. Okay, in this case, we have only 5 rows. There is no 9. Okay, so I cannot use that number. So I have to skip, get the next number. This number cannot use because 0 in middle, 0 in middle. But this one I can. 273. Okay, 273. So it happened to be just the next of this box. Okay, the next of this, somewhere here. I pick a sample again at this point. Okay, at that point. So now I take 2 samples, 2 boxes already. Okay, I move on to 237. Okay, 237. So I go to the second sequence here, 7, and I go to the next one there. So it's unlucky, yeah. Very close, everything is close here, but easy for us lah. But this is random anyway. Okay, 237 and 649. Okay, 649. The next one. So if cannot use, we just skip that one. Okay, 162, yes, we can use 162. Now we go to 162. one here, 6 somewhere here, the sample there will be taken. Okay, so you might be wondering, how can I move? Okay, going down, and then from down, moving from here. This one you have to be fixed, the way that you do it. You cannot jump one time going down, one time going horizontal. Must be consistent. Let's say you say, I want to take only the first 3 number. The fourth and fifth is not useful because only 2 number. So the way that we read the number must be consistent. Let's say you want to read horizontally. Okay, you pick a number. Let's say I pick the number here. Okay, the next number I want to pick is like this. Also can 350. The next is like this. Okay, so the next expression will be this one. Okay, will be this one. Continues like this. Okay, so
Sir,
yes.
table untuk random number ni memang fix
No, it is generated by a random formula. So it will be varies. Nobody knows what is the number. Normally we generate it using random. In computer programming, we have that function RAND. Okay, so we can generate how many you want to generate. You can generate 100. Even in Excel, you can generate that random number. Okay, so it will give list of numbers. A list of numbers. So even computer calculator pun boleh generate. Okay, so kalau you do not want to use table like this, you can just press your calculator to give random number. Okay, so the purpose is to avoid bias. Even ourselves, we don't know which sample to be taken. Even the buyer also doesn't know which sample, because if you don't use random number, what happens is people will go and pick only good boxes to ensure that the shipment is not rejected. Faham? Because you might be involved later on. Maybe katakan you work in a company in purchasing some of engineering component from supplier, and it's arrived. And what you want to do? Which sample you want to take? Okay, sample mana nak ambil ni? So you must agree with the supplier that we're going to use random number, so that he cannot complain. Okay, you are biased in selecting the sample for decision making. Okay, so that random number okay, using table, which is the action just now already printed, or you can use it from Excel generated, or can be from calculator generated. But it's good if from beginning you already have that random number, the sequence, which component to take before you break the container lah. But once you break, you open the door here, and you rotate the random number one by one. It's going to be very tedious, but it's better you generate from beginning. You list down what are the number to be taken. Okay, what number to be taken, so that when you implement it, it's not going to have any problem lah. Let's say you want to have 10 sample, so just take 10 random number, and based on this 10 number, you will make decision. Based on the inspection of the 10, you come out with, the inspection will result in how many non-conforming and how many conforming. And decision will be based on the system that you have selected from the Z1.4D, for Z1.4 system that is telling us what is accept number, what is reject number, and so on. Okay.
Doktor,
Yes.
kita baca the first 3 number.
Okay, that one is I decided just now. The decision that I want is based on location. Satu adalah katakan this is lebarnya, satu lagi dalamnya, satu lagi tingginya. So I need 3 numbers kan, in order for me to define any point, any coordinate on this container lah. But if you agree, kata okay, we're not going to use location, but we're going to use serial number. Also can. Product has serial number kan. Okay, you have serial number, but the problem is you have to search each of the unit. What is the serial number? Okay, you can say, okay, we're going to follow the serial number. Okay, so all the product here will be assigned the serial number. Okay, so based on the serial number, okay, you pick that number. The 3 digit I use just now is, as explained here, represent the width, the height, and the depth of a container. But not necessarily like this. You can say, okay, I want to use only 2 digit. Also can. For example, you have a lot of 90 unit. Okay, the lot of 90 unit. But the lot, you will be assigned number 1 to number 90. Okay, let's say in this container only 90 boxes available in this container. Okay, so let's say you don't want to inspect on the container, you just take out everything out. Okay, maybe in the packaging unit. Okay, inside the packaging here you have 90. Okay, so you can label that item. Okay, because you have 90 here, but you have to label this item. Okay, 90 boxes inside here. But do it labeling before inspection lah. Okay, you have 90 boxes inside. Label it number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, put a sticker. But will be redundant lah. Some people they use serial number because every product has a serial number. Okay, if you do the labeling like this, okay, you say I have 90. So which number that I want to pick? So we go to random table. Okay, random table we decide what are the number. For example, after you having that, okay, let's say in this example, they take only 2 numbers because the maximum is 90. Okay. Okay, the number selected downward. Okay, 93, 53. Okay, let's say 53. Where is 53 in this table? Okay, 53. Okay, so randomly start. Okay, in the notes there it says 53. Okay, 53 here, right? 53. But it goes after that, the number go downward on the right, third column. Okay. Let's say that is the starting point. You randomly pick there. And then the first 3 numbers, okay, 15. Okay, this is 15. Okay, it shows here 15. The next number is 73. Okay, so because we have 1 to 90, so we still can use all this number that we selected, no problem. Okay, so you can move on to here, 45, 30, okay, 6, no problem, 6. So we have from 1 to 90, 27. But when they go to 96, we cannot take this number because there is no boxes labeled with 96. The largest number is 90. Okay, the largest is 90. So, okay, that's one way to move on. And then we go to the next number. We go to the next number. Okay, like this one, 52. 82, but we have to be consistent lah. Kalau you are using like this, okay, so even the next number you say, okay, the next number will be this one. Okay, so if you follow like this lah, going down, so either 2 digit or 3 digit, this is subjective, depend on how you decide that. Okay, if you say that I have a lot of between 1 and 90 as a label, I use this one. Okay, so another approach that we use is serial number, as I said just now, serial number. Okay, we match the serial number with the random number for the purpose of each unit is to be selected. Okay, so In the packaging also, we can have this, what we call it, stratified sampling. Okay, we may you want to sample the first layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer also can. So where we do this stratification, we call this. Okay, stratification. Okay, so it is not always practical to assign a number to each unit. Okay, utilize a serial number or utilize location number. Stratification will be used if that the situation is not possible to be used. Stratification. Okay. A lot of or package with sample drawn from each stratum can be effective substitute of random sampling. Okay, meaning that you are taking every layer. Okay, this layer you will take a sample from this layer. Okay, and then go to the next layer. We'll take a few sample also can. Okay, so this is another way of taking sampling. So of course you're not inspecting all, but you take it randomly for each layer. Okay, so this is another substitution of random sampling. Okay, so the techniques is to divide the lot package into strata, or we call it layers. Okay, each strata is further subdivided into cube. Okay, as illustrated by stratum 1. Within each cube, sample is drawn. Okay, sample is drawn from the entire volume. Okay, by dividing the lot package in the strata and cube within each stratum. Okay, so this technique pieces are selected from all locations in that lot. So it's not going to be, purely randomized, but in this case, we guarantee that every layer have a representation in terms of sampling. Okay. Variety of bias may occur. So we want to avoid bias, okay, because bias is unfair to the supplier and also to customer. A bias sample may occur when the operator make sure that the unit on the top is the best quality. For example, they just put, because at the top it's easy to take, people have tendency to pick only at the top. Okay, tambah sebelum tu dah kena belanja kat supplier. Okay, supplier dah panggil pergi makan tom yum ke kat mana-mana, lepas tu baru nampak inspection. So this is what we call it conflict of interest. Okay, you have to be careful dealing with this acceptance sampling, accepting shipment from vendors. Okay, ramai orang nak berkawan nanti. Okay, nanti nak dia bagi tayar kereta percuma, tiket melancong percuma. Sebab apa? Dia nak beli kamu supaya menerima bad products that they have shipped. Okay, this is part of unethical activities happening lah. Okay, kalau tak betul lagi bulan, okay, akan boleh masuk MACC lah, pakai baju oranye. Okay, sebab telah menerima menerima suapan untuk meluluskan produk yang tidak baik. Okay, boleh faham. It looks simple, but we see this many cases, okay, unethical activities. That's happening. Okay, what happened to the non-accepted lots? Okay, non-accepted lots, what we can do is we can pass to the production and be doing sorting out. Okay, so non-accepted, you still accept, for example, okay, but they will do the sorting. Which one good, which one bad. Sorting based on 100% inspection. 100% inspection, because we do not want to throw away. Okay, so maybe we charge the supplier because you need to do sorting now because the lot has been rejected. You need to do the inspection. Okay, so another way is we ask the supplier to take it, all the non-accepted lots, go back to the, we ask the rectification at the customer plant, okay, or we can ask them to go back to their own plant, but this is very costly. Okay. For example, if you are buying, your company is in Johor, the shipment of the part is coming from Penang, you want to ask the trailer to go back to Penang to sorting out what is good, what is bad. So it's very costly. So you may have the agreement. Any non-accepted lots will be rectified at customer, but customer eligible to make a claim for this 100% inspection. Okay. So all the shipment costs are saved. There is physiological disadvantage in the consumer personnel are aware that producer X has produced that was not accepted. Okay. Non-accepted lot can be returned to producer, okay, for rectification. That I said just now, this is no good today. Very expensive lah. Okay, kalau coming from overseas lagi lah. Okay, that's why sometimes you may see that people are selling some product very cheap. They want it to be to be done quickly. So it might be from rejected lots. Okay, maybe they receive shipment of products that has been rejected. Okay, at the port of receiving. Okay, Port Tanjung Pelepas or Port Kelang, somebody are taking it, buy the item very cheap and they are selling it. Okay, we do not know that it is actually the reject product. If you say, okay, the original price is 200, now they are selling 30 ringgit, you know, people are tempted to buy. Actually, it's a reject product. Okay, instead of they bringing this product back to their own factory for rectification, they just sell it to anybody who want to buy. Okay, so be careful when somebody is selling something unreasonably cheap. It might be a reject product. Okay, since shipping costs are paid to the post direction, costs become a motivator factor to improve the quality. Okay, so the best way to improve quality in the first place and don't pass the defect to the customer or supplier. All right, so statistical aspect, just I will take you 1 more minute, just to touch a little bit on this. Operating characteristic sample or sampling plan. Oh, habis kat situ Saya tak habis. Okay, tak apalah. Saya continue next time. Okay. So actually the curve that I show earlier, this curve, what we call operating characteristic curve, we have somewhere here a point. Okay, we call it 1 minus alpha. Over here we have beta. Okay, alpha is, we call it consumer risk. Okay, risiko pembeli. Consumer risk. Okay, beta is producer risk. Risiko pengeluar. Producer risk. Apa maksud risk ini? Risiko pengeluar adalah pelanggan menolak produk yang baik. A good product, but because of sampling, customer reject. But for consumer side, risiko adalah menerima produk yang tidak baik. Okay, accepting bad products. Okay, so 1 minus alpha, we call it probability of acceptance, will be 1 minus alpha lah in that case, because alpha is the value somewhere between here and here. This is alpha, that range. Okay, the highest value here is 1. Okay, on this side, this is percentage of non-conforming. Non-conforming. So the higher non-conforming we have, okay, the lower probability of acceptance lah. The lower probability of acceptance. This is what we call it operating characteristic curve that I've explained earlier when we discussed about sampling system. Okay, so we can develop this curve for single sampling, double sampling, and so on to see that which sampling is good. Okay, I think I stop there. I see you again on Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. Is it okay for us to prepare for test number 2? If you have any question, you can ask during that time, and also I will provide you some sample of question from previous tests. Right, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Okay, Dato'.
Sama.